Some people might say, Lakers, why you bugging?
Very nice, Chris.
Well, Darvin Ham, in the second year of his contract, after leading the team to the Western Conference Finals in his first season as a head coach, after dealing with the problem that the team had created by trading for Russell Westbrook, right?
Just a non-fit, right?
Yep, dealt with it better than his predecessor, Frank Vogel. And Rob, the year before Darvin got there, let's not lose this either. They won 33 games.
Yep.
33 games. And LeBron and AD were there, if I'm not mistaken, right? Just 3 years ago, they were there. Of course, they were injured, so they didn't play the full 82. But LeBron played 56 games, Rob. Anthony Davis played 40. Westbrook, another Hall of Famer, 78. Malik Monk, who actually has played fantastically as a sixth man, would have been sixth man of the year had he not gotten injured in Sacramento. He played 76 games. Had Carmelo Anthony, had Isaiah Thomas, who was an MVP candidate a few years ago. So some names on that roster. They won 33 games. Bringing Darvin Ham, he leads them to the Western Conference Finals. Pretty good. Next year, they have what they think is a good offseason. And they win the inaugural in-season tournament, Rob.
Chris, did they put up a banner for that?
They loved
big,
it.
Right?
They put a banner up. 17 championship banners. You didn't have to put that one up. It's not equal to a championship. Chris, but they made a big to-do out of it.
Right. If you were in Charlotte or somewhere that didn't have any banners, then maybe I would put it up. But the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that meant that it was a big deal at a ceremony.
They cherished it.
They had champagne.
Yep.
All of that stuff went on. They celebrated like they had accomplished something.
Yeah. So that's two accomplishments.
Okay,
for
so how about
Darvin
at
Ham?
the end of the year, Chris, after the whole Rocky season, injuries, they finished 14-3 down the stretch, right?
11-3. And over the second half of the season, Rob, they were about the fifth best record in the league, something like that.
Wow, so they went into the playoffs doing well.
Rolling, yeah. So much so that they didn't even try to avoid the defending champs.
No, bring them on. We're healthy.
Right?
Bring them on. We're not trying to do that.
And then, Rob, they play the defending champs, lose the first game in Denver. Second game, Rob, let's just keep it real, should have won. Up 20 and lose on a last-second shot.
Never should have come to that. Never should have come to that.
But they had a 20-point lead. In fact, they led by at halftime in every single game of the series. And they go down 4-1 to the defending champs. A lot of people think, you know what? Had they met OKC, Minnesota, Phoenix, somebody like that, Dallas, the Clippers in the first round, they still be playing. But you know what, Rob? When with the Lakers, with LeBron's teams, when you don't win a championship, somebody seemingly has to pay the price. It's not going to be the players, not going to be the front office, not going to be the ownership. So it was Darvin Ham, fired today. And I'm not trying to say he is Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich. But I'm just saying, I mean, y'all had some accomplishments. What you supposed to beat Denver? Beat Denver? Oh, okay. I guess he had to beat Denver, beat the defending champs, Rob, to save his job. Okay.
Chris, here we go. We talk about coaches getting fired, right? Okay, so when you think about coaches getting fired, and you know what they were able to accomplish during their tenure, and you just talked about it as well. It's just shocking when you think about Darvin Ham, right? 90-74, Western Conference Finals berth, 2 play-in victories, Chris, right? It's not automatic that you ask the Golden State Warriors. They've lost, right?
And they got a great coach.
So 2 play-in and the in-season title. And they didn't lose to the worst team in the playoffs. They lost to the defending champs, where there's a matchup situation, right, going. And They played close. They didn't get blown out, run out of the gym. That is not grounds to be fired. Those are grounds to be dismissed as a scapegoat. LeBron's fans, they call him the GOAT, and all these coaches that have followed Chris are the scapegoat. They're not going to get rid of the owner. They can't get rid of the entire team, even though LeBron's had many traded. He can't get rid of everybody. So there's only one person. Rob Pelinka, you going to fire herself because the roster's not good enough? Nope, that's not happening. Jeannie Buss, she going to give up ownership, turn it over to her brother, Chris, saying, I don't know what I'm doing? No, that ain't happening.
Nope.
So it's Darvin Ham. He's easy. Darvin Ham, he came, just like they made Vogel a scapegoat, now Darvin Ham. And I'm with you. He's not the best coach out there. He's a young coach, but what we just talked about and what he accomplished in his 2 years is not fireable. It just isn't. You could say you don't like him. There are things that he needs to improve on, Chris. You could talk about that, calling timeouts when there are runs on the Lakers. I'll give you that because that was a running thing. Okay?
Right.
Other team is on a 21-0 run, and he has his hands in his pockets. Can you call a timeout? Hey, you can't take the timeouts home, Chris, with you if you don't use them. But still, there's nothing on that resume and list of accomplishments that say, oh, my God, Darvin Ham, we need to get rid of this guy because he's the reason that they can't beat Denver. It's pathetic.
Well, and the other thing about it, Rob, you look down the hall, Lakers, Jeannie Buss, they see Ty Lue coaching the Clippers. He's a better coach. You could have had him, first of all. You didn't want to pay.
Didn't want to pay. They wanted to play cheap.
Yep. But unless you're getting him, Rob, who you going to get? J.J. Redick never coached a day in his life?
Yeah, that'll go over nice. And a contemporary.
LeBron's podcast partner?
Thank you, Chris. And LeBron's podcast partner. Who will be running that? Will that be J.J. or will that be LeBron?
I'm sorry. I don't think JJ's standing up to LeBron James.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
All he does is he prays. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But come on, Chris, you got to have some sort of separation and some authority. You can't be a buddy. You can't be a contemporary. It doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Mike Budenholzer, he was fired in Milwaukee. You know, people, a lot of similar complaints to what they say about Darvin. It doesn't make adjustments in the playoffs. You know, I bet you they wish they had him in Milwaukee now. Their coaching situation.
Oh, yeah, when is game 7? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. I mean, Terry Stotts. Yeah, let's bring him in. All that. And I like Terry. I think he's a good offensive mind. I think he did a good job in Portland. But that's the answer? Who else? Phil Handy. Phil Handy, assistant on the Lakers staff. Phil's great assistant. You know, who maybe could be a great coach. I don't know.
Well, he's fired now, so the Handy man is out because they fired the entire coaching staff.
Oh, they fired the entire staff?
Yep.
Okay, so Handy won't get it.
They told Darvin to take your boys with him.
Take all your crew with him. If Handy's been there, you know, he was with Cleveland, with LeBron in Cleveland. So,
well, he ain't the quicker picker up man.
Yeah.
Anymore.
So I and here's the thing, Rob. Too now the Clippers are in. They're going to try to extend Ty Lue, and don't doubt that this news that the Lakers fired their coach might not have something to do with them wanting to extend Ty Lue. I know they would want to anyway. He's got a year left on his deal, Rob. And I got to be honest, if I'm Ty Lue, I think the Lakers is a better job than the Clippers. Obviously, it's a much more glamorous franchise, but I mean, even just cap situation isn't as bad. LeBron, for even his age, is much more durable than Kawhi. AD is more durable than Kawhi. Paul George doesn't have the greatest durability either. He might be gone this year. You know there's a ceiling is seemingly for you in the playoffs with James Harden. You got Russell Westbrook, who's older, not a superstar anymore. Like the Clippers are in bad shape. You said tear it down, Rob. So if I'm Ty Lue, I'm not signing the extension. I mean, I get it. Oh, they throw a ton of money in your face, do it. And I'm not going to fault him if he does, but he's got money. He's a player. And he's been a coach for a while now. He got millions. He doesn't have to make a move just for money, and he's single. So, Rob, if I'm Ty Lue, I would be like, you know what? We don't need to extend anything. I'm going to see how things go. The Lakers should have, and I get it. LeBron and AD are at a certain age where you don't have many years left. So I get them maybe not wanting to play this game of, hey, keep Darvin Ham for this next year, see how it goes. If it doesn't go well, then Ty Lue's available. And I'm sure Ty Lue would want that. He don't have to move, change up his life, any of that. But also, Rob, like I said, people might say you don't want to play that game. Like you said, it's not like it was treacherous under Darvin Ham. It's not like you won 30 games. You're one of the best teams in the league. One more year under him would not have been disastrous. So I just think bad move by the Lakers, especially when you look at the retreads and guys that they have no idea whether or not they can coach, who are out there that they might go after as his replacement. So